you would think, oh, she's just annoying, just do that. But no, it was a very interesting acting challenge, and I got to work. I got to record ensemble with Lucian. It was like amazing because I was like, oh, this is what the acting is. You're not like stuck in a booth all the time. You get to work off people. It's amazing. There's energy and it makes me happy. Yay! So, as for Robo Fortune, that's just like I was just having lots of fun. I was having lots of fun with all my friends, and it sort of like it just came out. She was born. She was born, and you're all her mom. That makes me the dad. You can have many mommies. I get. Wait. I'll just.
Picking favorites is really hard. I mean, any character with complexity to it and multifaceted, I really enjoy. I suppose Waver Velvet from Fate Zero was a favorite of mine for a while, just because, you know, I really got to see this character develop from the beginning through the end of the series, and got to do a lot of different stuff as an actor. You know, I got to be really comedic and silly on one hand, but then there are some really heartbreaking and personal moments for that character as well. So I really felt fulfilled in getting to do a lot of different stuff as an actor. So that's one of my favorites.
No, there's a Waver Velvet figure in the dealer's room. I don't know if Erica has it yet.
Probably.
Go find it! I mean, there's several. I mean, Peacock, for obvious reasons I've explained already over and over again. Plus, she was my first video game role, and I loved her to death.
Sarah, what day is it?
Do it! Do it!
Garbage day! And Sayaka Miki, also for reasons I've extrapolated on before, blah, 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 blah. I mean, Jinx is a recent favorite, just because I love, again, that's another crazy character, I seem to get those. And also just, there's a running gag between some of my friends that it takes 10 auditions to get into League, if you're lucky. And I got in on the 5th one, so that was a nice change of pace. And just, you know, it was loads of fun, and they even let me throw in the red versus blue death rattle because I asked. It made me happy. And, I mean, recently, the one I really want to talk about, I can't. But I love it because, one, it's my first lead role ever. And 2, it's something I normally never would ever get to do, and I actually got that role working on a different game. And they were just like, you can have it. I'm like, thank you. And she's wonderful and awful and crass and awesome. And they had parts in the script that were just like asterisks, question mark, percentage sign. And I'm like, what's this? And they're like, oh, we want you to curse here, but you can just make up whatever you want. Thank you. So, soon.
Yes, in the back, please.
Now,
Stand up, please.
okay. Now, Paul, you think you could give us your favorite Xemnas line from Kingdom Hearts?
Yes, please.
Paul.
Oh, this Paul. I'm sorry.
Paul
All right.
St. Peter.
There we go, the cage of the up. Well, it's tattooed on his arm, so he has to do it.
I like Kingdom Hearts! I love Kingdom Hearts.
Okay, my favorite from Xemnas. There have been many, but what is your first name, please?
My name is Kenton.
Ketchen?
Kenton. That's K-E-N-T-O-N.
Okay, sounds like Kenji, so that's...
Yeah.
Very well then. Tell me, Kenton, do you know who you truly are?
I call my mom on her birthday and ask her that. She doesn't answer anymore. Yes, with the tie, please, sir.
How would a character that you played go about defeating Godzilla in a battle?
Stones of, well, if I was playing, I'm in Bleach, I play Yami.
Woo!
My character of Yami just keeps getting more and more gigantic. All I would have to do is outgrow Gojira.
Well, as Waver Velvet,
Yes, you
you
did.
summon
Thank you,
Ryder
Kidman.
naturally, and Ryder just kicks ass. So there's no step 2.
Misfortune is immortal.
That's true. No. Let's see. Maybe Suma Jal from Dynasty Wars would be like, huh, I'm going home.
Oh, should I go? I was gonna wait. You go ahead, Kira.
Destroy everything with skeletons.
Nice.
Sarah.
Oh, that was, okay. Well, there's a reason why Jinx carries lots of guns.
Yeah.
Thanks, fish bones. the rocket launcher. She'd blow it up, that's what I'm insinuating. Like the monkey in the music video is a giant monkey. Okay, I'm gonna go, sorry.
I think I have Ox King just go up and say, hey, pull my finger.
And I think Pain Will or Carol will just want to like give it a hug and a flower. And if it didn't like it, just death crawl its ass.
You can't top that.
Because my egrets wouldn't do anything.
God damn it! Where the hell?
I don't know.
My egrets!
It's a rhetorical question, right? Okay. Your regrets? Oh, that's terrible. Where are your regrets? I don't know. It's a new year. You don't need them. Just let them go, honey. The Joker would build a giant Joker robot, squirt Godzilla with Joker gas, and they'd be like bros afterwards.
I think Ara, since he has a brain, would probably resurrect somebody named Dust. He would probably find a really cute animal named Fidget and say, "Go get him, boys."
These situations to work out.
It is Godzilla after all. Yes, in the stand up, please. Go into real estate. I'm kidding. Thank you. We just got our cue in the back. Mine, which I gave to my nephew, who is now a staff sergeant in the Marine Corps.
Good advice.
Stationed in Japan. You become a staff sergeant in the Marine Corps. Great way to become a voice actor. He actually came to me at a young age. Uncle Paul, how come I'll be a voice actor? I want to be a voice actor. And my nephew Daniel, same thing. I want to be a voice actor. I said, become an actor first. And voice may be right for you. Okay, voice acting may not be right for you, but become an actor first. None of us here walked up in front of a microphone and already knew how to do this stuff. So you've got to become what they call legit, okay? Get the skills, learn the all of the things, the accents and the whatnot. Learn to be a good singer if you can. Learn how to use your voice properly. So all of us who have done games know what it's like at the end of 4 hours. Can you come back and do that again tomorrow? That is a good test.
What he said.
Very good question. I'm sorry. Did you? Oh, okay, right. Yeah. Okay.
I just like to fidget with stuff.
Oh, okay. Now you have a new nickname, Fidget. Okay, sir, stand up, please.
So a couple of you guys said that you were the child characters in Fire Emblem Awakening. Who would you say is the canonical father for your character? Since their fathers still change.
Who is Owan's true father? Darth Vader.
I am your father.
Daddy! I love that KG is legitimately really thinking.
No, I am.
He's like deep in thought. Like,
I think I actually had Kyle as my dad once, but it turned out really shitty stat-wise. God. Who do you guys think for Owain? I don't know his name.
Good question. It's a dumb
Henry, come on. No, I mean, I guess, but.
Let us ruminate on it and answer another question because that was a real stumper. That's a showstopper question.
Yes, in the back, please. Stand up.
Kyle, you play Eisen in Bleach.
I mean, yes.
What was the process going from such a calm voice like Eisen usually has to like in the end when he gets all dramatic and he's loud and he's very serious? What's the he kind of loses his cool a little bit. What was your process going from this calm, collected character who just kind of loses it?
That is good, because even on the audition side, he's calm, he's collected, mysterious, and then his character arc, it's like, oh wow, he's always like sitting on his pimp throne for hundreds of episodes. It's like, go do my bidding because I'm awesome. And then he disappears for filler. And then he comes back, it's like, he's finally gonna do something, and no, he's not. And then he's gonna transform and turn into Deadpool, White Spawn, and butterflies, and he evolves and stuff. Oh, it was so much fun because he not only finally had something to do, he actually had to kind of go through different vocal changes, and then he goes back, and then he has that killer mullet and everything. Which, total props, because who can rock a mullet besides Eisen nowadays?
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Sir, in the hat. Stand up. Thank you for doffing your hat to us.
Oh God.
How are you still alive? I remember the nostalgia critic killed you a while back.
He did. Well, someone gathered all 7 Dragon Balls, and they said, "Yo, Shenron." He goes, "Yes." Bring back Kyle, because he's cool, and we like him. Let's keep him around. And so here I am. Right? It's a lot of balls.
Yes, please. Stand up, please.
Well, the earth was Kool-Aid.
My very first time recording in a studio was when Cartoon Network was just invented. No, it hadn't even aired a show yet. And I got on one of its very first cartoon shows, and I showed up in a room with the entire, what ended up being the cast of Ed, Edd, and Eddy. And I literally stood there and cried from laughing that I couldn't laugh out loud while everybody was recording this ridiculousness. And I lost my stuff. It was amazing. I will never forget that day.
I think for me, the first time I was in the studio was with League of Legends, and I recorded for Karma. and it was cool. I mean, it was a lot of fun. I just wish that there were so many lines that had to be cut out. So sad. Mundo Burrito will never. No one will ever see Mundo Burrito or even know the side effects to it. It's so amazing. That will be for another time. That story.
Anyone?
I'll be honest, it was back in 2010 and it was on a video game called Sequence. And I didn't think I was going to book the role because my buddy was making the game. And he's like, "Do you want to try out for this?" I was like, "Sure, I'll do the thing with the voice." And he booked me, and the character's name was Eddie, so I guess it was meant to be because it's the name. And he was like this old-time, like New York, like detective. And I walk into the booth, and I'm right behind Patrick Seitz and I'm like, "Oh, this is legit. Okay, all right, okay." No, and I think, Lucian, you were in that too, because I remember, I didn't know you yet, but you were in the game. I'm like, okay, I know some of the people that are in this game. I can't mess this up. But then once I got behind the mic, I was too green and stupid to realize that I didn't know what I was doing. I just kind of did it, and they were like, "That was good, do that again." Okay, did it again. And then like a half an hour later, it was over. And I was like, okay, that's cool. There's nothing to this, until I learned there was something to this.
All right,
We are putting the ball to your side.
come on. Thank you.
I'm at the end. I try to wait.
So, my first time I stepped in front of the mic, looked at the copy, it was in a different format than what I'm used to, which would be either commercials or Shakespeare, you know. So the jump from one kind of script to another kind of dazzles you for a moment. But I looked at the acting choices I wanted to make, and that's what I say when I talk about having the background, having the oomph behind it. I was not afraid in that regard. It was just the technical stuff that was a bit daunting. But it felt to me like I could do this. I just wasn't sure if they would let me.
Let me tell you how little I knew about voiceover when I actually started. When my first time recording anything in the booth was for a show called The Melancholy of Harvey Sees Me Up. And I thought I was auditioning for something while I was recording the show. I'm serious. Like, I stepped out, I was like, well, that was cool. What did I, was that Harvey I just auditioned for? They're like, what are you talking about? We just recorded you on an episode. I'm like, oh. Are you going to pay me?
It's a two-part process.
My first time recording in the studio, I think Kira was there even, and it was a really long time ago for a Wallace session. Now, I barely knew anything about voice acting because I was doing a school project at the time, and I was really fortunate that there was like, okay, let's be all super method about that. Let's method, yeah, just get into the booth. And since I was doing Walla, or providing all the background voiceovers just for crowd scenes and stuff, very safe for people who are not yet experienced to handle like actual roles. And the thing is that, funnily enough, it's not like a 1 hour Wallace session, it was a 3 hour Wallace session. Wow. So I was just like, I didn't know if 3 was such a big deal, and I was like, okay, I'll do the Wallace session, and they're just, they had me do it, and I think there were lots of times where I was like, wow, that mic looks so soft, don't touch it, okay. Basically, it was a lesson of listen to the director, follow the directions, don't touch, and the mic is super sensitive. I was like, Kira, are they listening to us? Yes, we are. And it's sort of like, I didn't know anything. But after everything, so this was my very first session, they said, so how is it? Are you tired? I want to do it again.